All right, got John Haynes, Comics and Friends. Where are you located, John?
We're inside the Great Lakes Mall in Mentor, Ohio.
Mentor,
right
Ohio.
Next to Macy's.
And you'll be set up at Akron. You know how big your booth is?
I have 2 booths, I believe.
So 20 by
10.
20.
Yes, corner booth.
Very nice. We can bring some goodies you're going to have at Akron?
Oh yeah, we'll show you guys some fun stuff.
Yeah, show it off.
Here you go. We carry everything. The store predominantly, new books.
Okay.
But for our convention stock, we carry almost everything. So we go from 1937.
Ooh.
Now to put that in perspective, Superman wasn't created until 1939. So this is 2 years before Superman was even thought of.
Awesome.
And then talk about Superman. There's your World War II vintage Superman.
Killer.
We also carry vintage Donald Duck books.
Very nice.
This is the 4th issue of Donald Duck.
Is that Barks?
That's Barks.
Very excellent
that's
stuff.
That's actually 4-color.
Wow.
We love horror books. That's EC.
Pre-code?
Yeah, EC is what caused the code.
Yes, awesome.
Yep. We love, vintage pop culture. I believe this is the rarest Silver Age book. This is the rarest comic from the 60s.
Really?
I believe so.
That's crazy. I've never seen it.
Yeah, you've never seen one, right? And you're a comic guy.
Absolutely.
This thing had photos and pinups, so they're all cut up.
Okay, they got destroyed by the fan club guys.
Okay. And of course, what everybody's looking for, giant Marvel keys.
Ooh,
That's
killer.
just the first time you ever see Thor. And your basic Star Trek #1.
Wow.
Classic stuff. So we at conventions we carry everything. We're not limited to just superheroes or just this or just that. And then our boxes are full of things that are affordable. And we have been at every Akron show to date. So
5 years now, right?
we love
5 in a row.
coming down there. Yep.
Looking forward to seeing you again, John.
We'll be there.
Thanks again.
If you have stuff for sale, bring it to my booth. If you got anything like you just saw here, bring it. We will be actively buying. We
Awesome.
always are. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir. All right, we're at Rubber City Comics, downtown Akron on Mill Street, right down the street from Quaker Square. Address is 74 East Mill Street. Let's go inside and take a look. They will be at Akron Comicon, and in a moment I'm going to speak with Chris. And he can tell you what you guys can expect to see at the show and what you can expect from the shop moving forward. Got a nice wall of toys, good selection of DC, Marvel, and independent. Then they also have their new pulls, current comics. And right now they have a back issue island here, but they were just telling me that they're expanding to the back and doubling the size of the store. I'm going to do a little quick sneak peek of it now. It's not quite ready for its public unveiling, but I'll give you a little sneak peek now. In the back here will be an expansion. Right now they're still sorting through a huge collection. They're going to have back orders. A huge lot of DC statues. And this space back here will double the store space. Alright, as I mentioned, we're going to talk to Chris right now. And show off some of the goodies that'll be at Akron Comicon. Do you know where you're going to be at Akron Comicon as far as the venue?
I do not know exactly where we're going to be at in the venue. I haven't gotten that far yet. Tom probably has a good idea because he's going to be over there running the booth. But a big part of what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of presence in the comic convention itself, but then we're also going to have the store is going to be open all through the day, both days. Will also be open an hour before the convention opens and an hour after the convention closes. So you'll get a chance to come over and visit Rubber City Comics, which happens to be voted the #1 comic shop in the Akron Canton area for this year.
That's awesome. Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you so much. And so if people want to know more about what we've got going on and see the list of comics that come out every week, you can go to our website, which is rubbercitycomics.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. It's Rubber City Comics.
Now, are you going to be running the booth at the show? People will be able to say hi to you?
Tom will be running the booth at the show.
Okay.
I'll be over here, but I'm going to take some time to go over and do some shopping as well. So.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing you, Chris. I appreciate the time,
Great.
and we will see you there.
Thanks for coming in.
Awesome. Thanks. The Toys Time Forgot in Canal Fulton. Coincidentally enough, this is their 25th anniversary, 1991. I can't believe it's been that long, but I've been coming here since the 90s. I'm here with Jamie. He's the manager. Dana's the owner, but he's not in today, so Jamie got stuck in front of the camera. Now he's got to perform. So we're going to talk about kind of what you're going to bring to the show, what your specialty is.
Well, as you will see, as we pan around the store, our specialty is vintage toys.
Okay.
And we do have modern collectibles as well. But what we like to really show off is, if you circle around behind you, you'll see an entire stadium full of nothing but vintage toys. So that's principally what we want to bring to the con, is kind of stay away from the more modern things that a lot of vendors would bring, or a lot of current hot things like maybe Funko or comic books. We tend to want to bring stuff that you generally don't see unless you come to our store and see it. So a lot of vintage toys from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, 80s. A lot of 80 toys now are becoming vintage, where they're really finding collectible market. And so people will see some of those things at our table as well.
As I'm looking through here too, it looks like you have a wide variety of girls' toys, boys' toys.
Yes.
Like you said, multiple eras, my parents' era and my era and my son's era. So
yeah, so we try to always get in the girls' toys as much as we can, because, frankly, during the 60s and 50s, the toy makers really concentrated on boys. And so there were the market was overwhelmed by boys' toys, not many girls' toys. In fact, one of the big slogans for one of the big toys makers was for Remco, and their closing tagline after every commercial was, "Every boy wants a Remco toy, and so do girls." So it was really almost like an
afterthought. Yeah, that's nice.
So so we try to get the girls' toys in whenever we can. One of the more modern toys that we do carry that we really like to have in the store are the 1/6 scale figures made by Sideshow and Hot Toys.
Okay.
So these are Hot Toys figures, and also made by Sideshow. They're 1/6 scale, which generally means they're around 12 inches, unless it's Chewbacca, and that's about a 14-inch figure because they're made to scale. But as you can see, when they do a figure that's based on an actor or an actress, when they do Alec Guinness, it looks just like Alec Guinness. It's not kind of like him. It looks just like him.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So as you can see, the vintage toys is something that we do like to specialize in. We just got in a nice large collection of G1 Transformers. So in this showcase, along with the G.I. Joe Real American Hero figures, there are almost 170 G1 Transformers in this showcase. All of them are complete with all their original weapons. And it can be a challenge to put everything in there, but we were able to do it. And then behind us, you'll see that they have all the boxed Transformers and Fort Max, which of course is too large to fit in the showcase, along with Scorponok at the top. But there's a boxed Megatron and a boxed Jetfire there at the top.
What's over here?
Over here we have Star Wars. It's always fun when someone comes into the store for the first time and say, "Do you have anything Star Wars?" And
we have a few.
Yeah, we have one or two things. If you want to follow me back here, I can show them to you. So we have nearly every original figure loose, complete, and really primo condition in the box. Original complete card sets. Droid Factory. And then boxed items, all vintage, loose play sets on top, all vintage, all complete. So we also have vintage board games that date all the way from the 30s up through, about the end of the 80s is about when we get with our board games. They kind of tapered off at that time, but the heyday was really the 60s and 70s for board games. If you had a moderately successful TV show, you had a board game.
This Fireball Island sitting over here drew my eye.
Yes, the most sought after board games, along with Mystery Date from the 60s, Fireball Island and Omega Virus, are two games that are from the 80s that people really look for.
And then you got your loose figures in here as well, so it kind of fits any budget, whether they want the high-end sealed up stuff or...
Yeah, because loose turtles are generally, they're around $15 to $30 figures. We put them in the showcase when they're complete. That way you don't have to worry about, is there something missing from them? No, we don't sell them when they're not complete. Same thing with the He-Man figures, Masters of the Universe, and Thundercats there on the end. We just we like to fit as many in a showcase as possible.
And then you also have, all throughout the store, the sealed stuff. Here's some sealed turtle stuff as well. So,
Yes,
like I said,
all original there.
any price point, any collector. I appreciate your time. You got a great store here. I always enjoy coming down here. Do you happen to know where your booth's going to be in the venue?
We're going to be we'll have 3 consecutive booths right in the middle of the floor. So we'll be on one of the long aisles, right across from Heroic Adventures, in fact. So.
Okay. Sounds good. I appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you there.
Okay. See
Thank
you then.
you. All right. I got a little bit of daylight left. You can see we're at Heroic Adventures in Massillon.
Hi everybody, this is Kurt from Heroic Adventures Comics and Pop Culture Store, and we are anticipating next weekend's glorious event, the Akron Comicon, and we will be in, booths 32 through 34D.
32 through 34D. That's down the main drag, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We're right on the main corridor there. Hard to miss us.
So how long you been doing this, Kurt?
Well, we just celebrated our 7th anniversary as Heroic Adventures. And usually every year we do a big Halloween anniversary / customer appreciation sale and party. This year, because we did an extra Comic-Con, we kind of cut back on the party a little bit, which we'll be bringing back next year.
Okay.
And we expanded the sale part of the event. What is usually a one-day event has turned into a 3-week end-of-year extravaganza blowout sale.
Great. What's the pricing for those?
Well, we're actually going to do it at the Akron Comicon too.
Oh, excellent.
Everything in the store right now is from $1 to 50% off the entire contents of the shop.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't care about making money at Heroic Adventures. We just love to sell comics. If you're old enough, you'll probably remember that.
Buddy's Carpet, right?
Crazy Eddie had.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's Crazy Eddie?
Yeah, he didn't care about selling appliances. He just loved to make money.
I thought that was Buddy's Carpet too, man. Showing my partial
There's
age.
probably been some variations on it.
He was the originator. People were stealing his shtick.
Yep.
Well, you got some great stuff here. Now,
Thanks, man.
you were talking about the pull list. How does that work?
Well, most stores worth their salt do have an in-store subscription service, or affectionately known as a pull service. And what that means is if you can't make it into the shop every Wednesday when the new comics arrive, we'll pull them for you and hold them back, and that way you don't have to worry about us being sold out.
Okay.
The way we do it here at the Adventure is we ask folks to do a minimum of 5, which is actually a minimum of 4 comics, and then we also ask that you also buy the previews catalog, and that just makes it a little easier for folks to know what's coming out on a monthly basis.
Okay.
And the previews catalog is only $3.99, which is the same price as most comics. And with our discount service, you can save anywhere between 10 and 20%. So really, 4 comics plus the previews, I mean, you can have as many books on your pull as you want.
That's just the minimum?
We do that as the minimum, and
Okay.
we'll pull you anything you want.
Great. Now, do you do any other promotions or anything like that?
Always Free Comic Book Day. I think everybody that has a shop does it. That's our other big event of the year.
Okay.
The Halloween anniversary party is always a big deal one way or another. And then every Saturday night I do a segment on the Altered Realm show, which is a pop culture show on Altered Realm Radio, Karma Radio,
Okay.
out of, it's actually based out of Barberton. It's an
nice.
internet radio station, but it's been around for a little over a year. And we do a thing called the Comic Shop Update, where we tell you what's coming out, and not just Heroic Adventures, but basically in comic shops all over the country for the following, or for the upcoming week, actually.
Is there a website for that specifically?
Well, there's a Facebook page for sure, Altered
Okay.
Realm Radio Facebook. And since you bring that up, Sean, we encourage everybody to check out our Facebook page too. We're hovering just under the 1,000 likes. We're trying to get up over there before the end of the year.
Okay. How many you got?
We got 986.
Oh, wow, yeah,
now.
you're
It's
super
making me
close.
Crazy. 'Cause
All right.
It just keeps sitting there.
All right, we'll get you 1,000. That's the goal.
But that gives people a little bit of an idea of the fun we have in the store and
Yeah.
some of the events. And folks know how Facebook works, and they know how to look through the photos and stuff. And also, if you can't make it to the shop or you live too far away, we do what we think is a pretty darn good mail order service.
Great.
So it's an easy way to get a hold of us that way too.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate your time. I don't think we missed anything. You're going to bring kind of a selection of new and old to the show.
We're going to have brand new comics. We'll have back issues. A lot of them will be modern age back issues. Will be from $1 on up.
Oh, great.
Silver and Bronze Age will be half price. We'll have trades. We'll have Funko Pops. We'll have action figures, trades and hardcovers. Just about anything we carry in the shop, except for our old 50s fridge with pop, will be at the show. Best pop machine ever made. Better than the last two refrigerators me and my wife bought.
Yeah, lasts forever. It's good stuff. Well, cool. Hey, Kurt, I appreciate your time. Look forward to seeing you. What were the booth numbers again?
Booth 32, 33, and 34.
Excellent. We'll see you there.
Hey, thanks, Sean.
Appreciate it.
Looking forward to seeing everybody at the Akron Comicon.
Likewise.